Hi, hello, dear students. How are you? I hope so. You're doing great. This is Lakshmi. Once again, welcome to my channel, Maths Super Tips and Tricks. In this channel, I'm going to teach the various levels of examinations regarding the maths, especially objective type. With amazing super tips and tricks I'm using to crack the solutions within fraction of seconds that is mostly helpful to you for your final examination as well as the preparation. So for competitive level of examinations. Okay, in competitive level of examinations, time is important. Within short time, you have to focus the more number of questions to get the best and better ranks. That is only possible if you know the super tips and tricks. That is all I'm going to teach in my channel. In maths, there are the plenty of the topics use syllabus. There are the different types of applications, especially in competitive level of examinations. You may frame the question, one question in different angles, so you can focus easily when you know the concept, tips and tricks, and the idea about the each and every topic. Definitely you can get the best and better ranks. There is no difficult at all. So, and also you have to do the practice. That is also major part, or to focus the number of questions in your final examinations. Clear? Right. In this today's video, I'm going to teach you one of the important topic for JEE Mains point of view. So already I did the two lectures on this topic entirely. That is simply, what is the topic? Can you guess? Yes. It is the sets and the relations. So I did the two lectures. You can watch those videos whose links are given in the below description. In this today's video, exclusively on the sets and relations topics, I am discussing the previous JEE Mains 2019-2020 years questions. So we can crack the each and every question easily. There is no difficult at all. All it is, look at the once we can start the questions. Are you ready? Yes. Without delay, let's get started. Right? Now look at the questions one by one. So reading the question is very important. First of all, question number one. What I am going to discuss? Previous JEE Mains 2019-2020 questions on the topic sets and relations. Right? So what is question number one given? Let A, B and C be sets, three sets such that phi is not equals to A intersection B. Means what? Intersection of AB is not equals to phi. Means those are not disjoint. Disjoint means what? Intersection is a phi. Is given that A intersection B is not equals to phi, as well as A intersection B is subset of C. That is a major condition he has given. Then which of the following statement is true? Which is not true? He is asking not true. Whichever the following statement is not true, we have to recognize. So we have to choose the A, B, C or any three sets such that this condition is a true. For easiness purpose, I am taking the assumptions. Okay. Let I am taking the let A as one of the set contains the two elements like 1, 2. We have to take the, what you have to take? A intersection B not equals to 5 means there will be some common elements between A and B. Like that we can take the two sets. B is another set. We can take some 2, 3, 4, right? And C. And A intersection B is what here? A intersection B is a 2, set 2. Means what? Common element is there 2. Like that I have taken. I can take any two sets like this, but you have to take some elements is some one or two elements are common, right? Here one element is common, I have taken. A intersection B is a 2 means it's not equals to 5. And also one more care we have to take. Now can choose the C such that A intersection B is what? Subset of C. In C, shall I take? What is the intersection we got here? 2. C I am taking like 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, A intersection B is 2 is subset of C or not? Yes, because of A intersection B is 2 is belongs to C. Therefore, clearly A intersection B is subset of C. Like that, we can take some sets like A, B, C. According to this condition, you have to choose. Now, we can recognize the options. Which is not true is asking what is first option. If A minus B is a subset of B, then A is subset of B is asking. A minus C, I am taking. A minus C. What is A minus C? Which is in A but not in C. All those we can get by watching those videos already I did. You can watch them, then only can follow what is the difference of two sets, what is intersection of two sets, and so on. Right? If you know the idea, well and good. If you not have the idea at the moment, you can refer those videos. Right? A minus C means which are in A but not in C. Which are in A but not in C. One is not in where? In a C. One we can take. But 2 is there in C. We cannot take the 2. What is A minus C means? Which are in A but not in C. We got the set 1. Set 1 is a subset of B or not? Is it a subset of B? No one. Means it's not a subset of B. Right? Clearly what is one is A minus C is not subset of B. That is one case. And also we can observe that A is subset of B. A is subset of B. Okay. But here what is there? A minus C is a not subset of B. Which is wrong? A minus C subset of B is clearly wrong. That's why this is our correct option. You have to choose the options carefully. We have to verify the options carefully like this. In the question is asking which is not true. Which is not true means which is a false is asking. That is, we can check according to the ABC sets. We can choose according to the given condition. It's a clear simple question, but you have to take the assumptions. What I am taking the ABC, not only those are compulsory, you can choose yourself also, but you have to observe this given condition. Like that, you have to choose the ABC sets. Clear? Right. So, this is not true. Remaining will be true. We can check even though yourself. Now, come to the question number 2. Let S is given as one of the set contains 1, 2, 3 up to 100 elements. S contains how many elements? 100 elements means first 100 natural numbers are there. And the number of non-empty subsets of A of S, we have to find out number of non-empty subsets of A of S. We can find out that condition is not such that the product of the elements in A is even. The product of the elements of A, if you take the any number of elements like 1 element, 2 element, 3 element, to take the product at least 2 elements we need. But what is the condition here? Product of the numbers must be an even number. Product of numbers must be an even number. Such even number, such numbers only have to choose from the set S. Okay, like how many subsets will be formed from the set S contains the product is a even number. When the product of the numbers is even, you have to know one point here. The product of numbers is even if there is at least one even number. If there is at least one even number, entire product is even. At least one even number means minimum one even number. Product must be even. All are odd numbers, product is odd. Like for example, if you take the 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, 3 numbers are taken. What is this product? 1 into 3 into 5 is 15. Is it even number? No, it is not even number. Suppose in place of 1, if you take the 2, 3, 5, 1 even number. What is this result? 3, 5 is 15, 15 into 2, 30. 30 is clearly even number. Maybe not only one even number, more than one also. 2, 4, suppose you take the 6, maybe 5 you can take. 2, 4 is 8, 8, 5 is 40. It is also even number. Here all are odd numbers, the product is not even, but at least one even number, the product of all numbers is clearly even, right? Maybe one even number, two even number, three even number, up to how many even numbers are there in S? There are 50 even numbers. If take like that, one even number, two even number, three even numbers like that, it takes too much time. This one we can take in reverse order. What is it? Reverse order. Is it clear? What is the first point you have to recognize? Product of some numbers is even when at least one number among them is even number. That is a major point here. Okay, if you take the one even number remaining are odd, two even numbers are remaining are odd, like that, if you take, it takes too much time because there are how many numbers? 100 numbers are there. For this, what you have to do? How many subsets will be formed out of 100 elements S contains? We have to take. What is the given tip I have given to you? Number of subsets only is asking. Subsets, okay? A given tip to you. Number of subsets formed from the set contains n elements is 2 part. What this is? Number of subsets of a set contains n elements is 2 power n. That is, yeah, I'm using here. Okay. First of all, to find out the number of subsets of a set containing some elements whose product is even, we can take number of subsets. Set contains 100 elements. First we can take total. Is what? 2 power n occurring 2 power and 2 power 100, because the set contains S is 100, in which there are 50 even numbers, 50 odd numbers. If choose a one even number, remaining 99 odd numbers, 2 even numbers, remaining 98 odd numbers, takes too much time, I said. So next what I am doing, number of subsets of set contains 50 odd numbers. Why I'm taking odd numbers? Take the odd numbers, product of all, maybe few, is clearly odd number, not a even number. That is, I'm taking how many odd numbers are there here? 50 odd numbers are there according to this formula, 2 power 50. But what we want, the product is even. How we can get total number of subsets minus the subsets formed by the odd numbers? That is required number of subsets. The subsets such that the product is even. That is all I am doing. Okay. What is this? Is the required subsets is 2 power 100 minus 2 power 50. 2 power 100 minus 2 power 50. Is there any directly? No. But in 2 power 100 and 2 power 50, we can take 2 power 50 is common. What is left over here? Here 2 power 50 with the minus 1. Is there clearly? First option. Clear? This is only rough work for your understanding purpose. Okay. What is the question here? Simply, a set contains 100 elements. He is asking the number of subsets of a set whose product is even number. He is asking. To take the product of some numbers is even, some numbers has taken even. When it is even, product is even. At least one number in which is even, then it is a even number. If take the directly one even, remaining 99 odd, it takes too much time. That's what I did. Total number of subsets among the 100 elements contains 2 power 100 I have taken, in which how many odd numbers are there? 50 odd numbers are there. Number of subsets contains 50 odd numbers is 2 power 50. According to this formula, I am using these two. Now, if you know the total number of subsets, in which subsets contain the odd numbers, because odd numbers product is odd number. If you remove them exclusively, number of subsets whose product is even, we can get. That's it. Very simple, but try to understand what I did. Clear? Right. Look at the question number 3. Here, what is the statement? You can understand clearly. Given statement. What is the first sentence? Let Z be the set of integers. Integers are what? Those are the negatives and positives also, including 0, like 0, 1, 2, 3 up to infinity, or minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 up to minus infinity also integers. That is given that clearly. We know set of the integers is denoted by Z, but in final examination we will mention particularly what that letter indicates. Definitely, mostly in most of the examinations you will mention particularly what the nature of that letter is given like that. And given two types of sets, A and B are two types of sets are given. What is set A? I explained to you what is set builder from. Now can you write it, etc. I explained in the previous videos. We can watch it. So A is given in set builder form. Set X belongs to Z means we have to find out the X values which are belongs to Z, such that from this equation we can solve this equation. From that we can find out X values. That too only Z integers only have to choose. That is a set A. And set B is given as, here also we can choose X belongs to Z. X values we can collect from this in equation such that X belongs to Z. Z means here I said just only integers. That is a set B. There are two sets like this he has mentioned. First of all, I am solving the two sets are what here. I am getting the roster form. From the set A I am taking. What is this equation given as? 2 power of x plus 2 of x square minus 5x plus 6 is given as 1. We have to find out the x values from this equation. From that we have to choose what are the integers. That is only A indicates, right? To solve this one, you know that clearly left side 2 power something is there, right side what is there? 1 is there. 1 shall I write 2 power 0? Yes, any power 0 is 1. Why I am taking 2 power 0 only? Because here base is 2. That's here also I am taking base is a 2, right? Now bases are equal, we can equate their powers, you know very well. That means indirectly what we have? X plus 2 times of x square minus 5x plus 6 is equals to 0 we have. In this equation there are the product of two factors. What is first factor? X plus 2 is a 0 and what is another factor? X square minus 5x plus 6 is also 0. There are the two factors, each is equals to 0 because those product is 0, right? Now from the x plus 2 is 0, x we can get it as minus 2, one of the integer, and you know this is clearly quadratic equation. We can solve it. You know what there here? 6 ones are 6. We can take 6 as a 3 2's because here with minus 5x here plus 6. That's why I can take x square minus 2x minus 3x with plus 6 is equals to 0. But taking x is common here. X minus 2 with the minus 3 common, x minus 2 is a 0. Okay, there are the two factors. What are those? X minus 2 into x minus 3 is a 0, right? What are the x values here? We got the 2 and 3. Here x is minus 2 is there. Here x is equals to 2 and 3 are there. So minus 2, 2 and 3 are clearly integers. Therefore, the set here we can take it as now set of minus 2 to 3. How many elements are there in set A? This is called as roster form. This is set builder form. We can mention as a roster form like this. We have the minus 2, 2, 3 are the 3 elements in set A. Similarly, we can observe that set B. In the B, what is given here? B is here also x belongs to Z. We have to find out what is in equation for B. 2x minus 1 lies between minus 3 to plus 9. Means for 2x minus 1, minus 3 less than 2x minus 1 less than 9 we can take. From this you can find out x values. To find out x value, first we can eliminate minus 1 here. Minus 1 you can add, take this side and that side becomes plus 1. Means minus 3 plus 1 less than 2x less than 9 plus 1, right? Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2 less than 2x less than 10. So divided by 2 because we need x value. Divided by 2 it becomes minus 1 less than x less than 2 5. Now what you know, x belongs to open interval minus 5 to minus 1 to 5. What is the meaning of open interval? These two are excluding because there is no equality here. Now what are the integers from minus 5 to between minus 5 and plus 5? Between minus 5 and plus 5. What are the integers between minus 5 and plus 5? S 0. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Between minus 1 and 5. Therefore, set B now here. Minus 1 is excluding. Next 0 integer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are there. Therefore, what is n of A? A contains the 3 elements. B contains how many elements? 5 elements. We got the what are the A, B sets and how many elements of A and B contains, we got it. Now what is next sentence in the question? A, B we got. Then what you have to find out? Then the number of subsets of the set A cross B. Suppose if you take the set A cross B, how many elements of there you have to find out? Then number of subsets of set contains set of A cross B. You know A cross B is nothing but what? Cartesian product from A to B. You know already I have given to you number of elements in A cross B when the set contains m elements. Once again I am given here. If n of A is m, n of B is n, then n of A cross B is mn. This is a given tip in previous video. Number of elements A is m, number of elements B is n suppose. Then number of elements in A cross B is mn. Okay, what is the answer here? Number of elements in A cross B is m into n, that is 3 into 5, 15, right? Now what do we want? Number of subsets of A cross B. A cross B contains how many elements? 15 elements. What is the number of subsets formula for previous question given? Number of subsets is what? 2 power n. In place of n, what is here? 15. Because number of subsets of A cross B only we want. A cross B contains how many elements? Contains how many elements? 15 elements. Therefore, number of subsets of A cross B is clearly what? 2 power n, 2 power 15, that's it. 2 power 15 is clearly which option? Third option. Question is very clear, but you have to understand what is given data clearly. Integers are what? What is the set A, set B, and also how many elements of A cross B contains, etc. There will be applications more, but easy. Like that, we have to follow each and every case. That's why you have to know the tips and tricks concept. So simple way how to learn, first of all, what is the concept, what are the tips and tricks, then you can crack the questions easily. Clear? Right. Now look at the question number 4. It's a very simple question. You can try to understand what is a given data, sentence by sentence you can read. The easy method I'm going to do. What is that? We'll see. In a class of 140 students, numbered 1 to 140. Numbered 1 to 140. There are how many students are there in a class? 140 students are there. There are allotted the roll numbers 1 to 140, just like numbered 1 to 140, right? Number 1, 2, 3, like that. All even numbered opted maths course, in which all even numbers are what? In from 1 to 140, 2, 4, 6, 8, last number 140 is also even number. All even numbered students opted maths course. So how many of them are there you have to collect. To find out that one, generally what you can take 2, 4, 6, etc. You have to take all elements. No need to take all elements. How many of them are there which are opted by the even number of candidates opted by after the which course? Maths course. That is simple. Even number is divided by what? Even number is divided by 2. That's the number of students. For our convenience, I am taking the number of students opted maths course. I have taken as simply M only. And M means number of students. So you can assume that number of students opted maths course can be get by taking the step function of how many of them are totally 140 by 2 we can take. Immediately you can take the resultant value. How many of them are opted maths course whose numbers are even numbers. Right? 140 by 2 how much? 70. This is called a step function. Here 70 is clearly integer. Even though decimal part is also there, we can't take that one. In this one, 70 you got. Okay. Next, what is next one? Next sentence. And those numbers is divisible by 3 opted physics course. Now, how many members are there who's opted physics course? Divisible by what? 3. Generally, we can take 1 to 40 divisible by 3 means 3, 6, 9 like that. Instead of that one, what you can take? 140 divided by 3 we can take. That's it. 140 divided by 3 step function. 3 4s 12, 3 6 18. Point something you can get. That's something you don't want. Therefore, clearly it will be 46. What is a P? P indicates number of students opted physics. That is divisible by 3 have taken under step function 46 we can get. Similarly, can you 6C? C is number of students opted chemistry course. What is for that one? And those number is divisible by 5 is opted chemistry. Divisible by 5 means 140 by 5 we can use to get the number of students opted chemistry course. 5, 2 is 10, 5 8s, 28. The number of students opted chemistry course is 28. Now maths, how many of them are there? Physics, how many of them are there? Chemistry, how many of them are there? We got. Next, what we want? Then the number of students who didn't opt for any of these 3 courses. The number of persons who didn't take any of these 3 courses means those students are not taking maths, physics, chemistry, some other subjects maybe. But for that what you have to do? Just I have explained to you by the Venn diagram. If take this is a Venn diagram, okay, in which there are the three subjects as a sets like maths. This is maths. If you take, this is a physics, this is a chemistry. Okay, this is maths, physics, chemistry. This entire set we can take as some X set, universal set, X or U we can take. This total square box is the rectangle box is taken as X set, in which there are the M, P, C. In X, how many elements are there? 140. Total number of students we can take as X elements, right? So, in which we want only who didn't take the maths, physics, chemistry. Means what I am drawing this is only this part we want, outed area, outed part, excluding the this area, excluding M union P union C, you want the rest of them, right? That is what I am going to do. For that, what you have to do, you have to find out what is the M union P union C. To find out M union P union C, like A union B union C, what is N of A union B union C? N of A union B union C is N of A plus N of B plus N of C minus N of A intersection B minus N of A intersection B intersection C minus N of C intersection A plus N of A intersection B intersection C. All those tips and tricks I have given in previous videos. Please watch them, then only can follow this easily. To find out the union, first we need the intersection. You know, only M, P, C are there. Now, what is M intersection P? P intersection C, we are going to collect first of all. M intersection P. That is, I am taking MP simply. That is M and P. For M, it is divisible by 2. For P, it is divisible by 3. Divisible by M and P means what? Divisible by 2 into 3, 6 we have to take. That's step of 140 by 6. Right. 140 by 6, 6 2 12, 6 3 is 18, 23 point something you get, that is 23. 6 2 is 12, 20, 6 3 is 18. That is 23 is a number of students opted maths and physics. Similarly, maths and chemistry, 140 by maths and chemistry, if you take these two, 2 into 5, 10 we can take. That is 14. Right. Now, next, physics and chemistry. For physics and chemistry, 3 into 5, 15. 140 by 15 we can take. 5 cancel, 5 2s, 5 8s, 5 3s. 3 9s, 9 point something can get, that is only 9, right? These 6 results we have, and one more result we want. What is that? Which are opted maths and physics and chemistry. For maths and physics and chemistry, we can take the divisible by 140 divisible by 2 into 3, 6, 6 into 5, 30. That is I am taken as MPC. Step of 140 by 30. Right. 3 can 0 cancel, 3 4s. 12, 4 point something is 4. Like this, we got the all resultant values, MPC and intersection part also. First, we have to collect the M union P union C. That is M plus P plus C minus MP plus MC minus MP minus MC minus PC plus MPC. We can collect this part. But that part I am drawing with the other mark. I am collecting this part. Okay, leave it. I am collecting this part. Okay, that is first of all. MPC. M is how much? 70 plus 46. We can add 7 plus 6 plus 8, 14, 4, 1. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 2, 13 plus 1, 14. 144. With this one. M plus P plus C minus of MP plus MC plus PC. Can add these. 3 plus 4, 7, 7 plus 9, 7 plus 9, 16, 6, 1, right, 2 plus 1, 3, 4, 46, with plus MPC is 4, right, how much this is, 144 plus 4, 148, right? 148 minus 46. 148 minus 46, how much? 102. This is what union PNC means are the number of students taking at least one of the subject, maths, physics, chemistry. Maths or physics, chemistry we got. But what he is asking, who didn't take any of the subjects? Means total number of students who are taking at least one subject. If you remove from the total, we can get the who didn't take any of the subject. That's it. Therefore, what is required result? Is x minus m union p union c. What is x number of students total? 100 140. 140 with minus 102 is clearly 38. The number of students who didn't take any three of the subjects is clearly how much? 38. 38 is which option? Yes, it is a second option. Question is easy but somewhat calculation you have to do. So compulsory questions, some compulsory chapter questions, compulsory have to put the practice repeatedly, frequently, and you have to read the applications, concept, etc. Then only you can solve them easily. That to have given easy method without calculating the what, how many of them are there, like 2, 4, 6, etc. Easy method all I did. So I hope so you followed it. So do the practice. Now you can move for the next question, right? Question number 5. Before start that question, you have to know two types of results. This result, suppose if you take the some mod x is less than equals to a, if you take in the sense x is lies between minus a to plus a, including minus a and plus a. You have to remember this point. Suppose mod x is less than equals to a, in the sense x is lies between minus a to plus a and including minus a and plus a. Suppose there is no equality here, it is a excluding minus a and plus a. That is one of the point. Same in case of the less than equals to a, if the less than equals to a, if there is a greater than equals to a like this. Now we can observe that x belongs to minus infinity to minus a closed union a to infinity. Okay, these 2 points you have to remember. Wherever maybe we need, we can get in function from the functions chapter. Wherever maybe we need, there we can use. Because those applications I am going to use here, that's why you have to know what are those 2 applications, right? Now what is question number 5? If A is one of the set such x belongs to R such that mod x is less than 2, means we have to find out the A is one of the set where x is a resultant values of real numbers. Real numbers means all numbers from minus infinity to plus infinity, which are satisfies this inequation mod x is equals less than 2. From that we can find out x values. So see this question, solution for A I am taking first of all. What is given? Mod x is less than 2. Mod x is less than 2. In the sense, indirectly, what is x? X is lies between minus 2 to plus 2. Here, there is no equality. There is no equality. We can take only what are the values which are from minus 2 to plus 2. That to all real numbers, not integers, all real numbers. Therefore, indirectly, x is given as x belongs, this is also we can rewrite like this, x belongs to minus 2 to plus 2. Therefore, what is the set A contains? Therefore, A contains the elements x is lies between minus 2 to plus 2. Okay, this is set A. Now set B we can look at the set B. B is given as set x belongs to R such that mod x minus 2 is greater than equals to 3. What is mod x minus a greater than equals to a given? Mod x is greater than equals to a, what are given? X belongs to minus infinity to minus a closed interval union closed interval a to infinity. What is the meaning of closed interval? Closed interval means including that value. Open interval is excluding that value. You know, but don't keep the minus infinity and plus infinities in closed bracket at any cost, because those are unlimited values. We cannot take it. Always keep it in the open bracket only. Clear? Now B set I am writing here. B is one of the set contains the mod x minus 2. Mod x minus 2 less than equals to, greater than equals to 3. Okay, now mod x minus 2, just like mod x, means indirectly x minus 2 is lies between is belongs to minus infinity to minus 3 closed union 3 to infinity, right? This is x minus 2. We want only x value. Therefore, what is x here? X belongs to, but if the minus 2 is there, open interval minus infinity into something is minus infinity only, comma, minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1, union, this is closed interval, union, closed interval, minus 2 becomes plus 2, 3 plus 2, 5, 5 to infinity. Right? Now x belongs to minus infinity to minus 1 is closed, union, closed 5 to infinity. This is a set B. Therefore, B we can write. B contains what? The set minus infinity to minus 1 closed union 5 to infinity. Okay, till here okay. Next, what is asking? Then he is given that some options. Which option is correct? We have to check it. Okay. For this, I am using the number line. You know, idea about the number line. Number line we can choose for easiness purpose. In the number line, what are the main numbers you have to choose? Minus 2 plus 2 must be, including your excluding, that is doesn't matter. Minus 1 plus 1, you can choose the number line like this. Somewhere else minus infinity. This is somewhere else plus infinity. Here somewhere 0, minus 1, minus 2 and so on. Right? Here 1, 2, somewhere else 5 and so on, right? You know, we can take minus 2, 2, minus 1, 5 must be available in this number line. Like that you have to choose. Now what is option number 1? A union B. What is A union B here? A union B is a total we want. What is A here? A we can mark it as minus 2 to plus 2 here. This is A. Okay. Next. What is a B? Minus infinity to minus 1. Minus 1 closed. We can take like this to infinity. This is the one part, or another part 5 to infinity. This is a B, this is also B. Okay, like that first we can mark the number line by using the given two sets, right? Next, A union B. A union B means we want total value. We want from minus infinity to minus 1 union 2 to infinity. But here 2 to 5 is excluding. Therefore, what is it? All real numbers are also not there. Here 2 to 5 is excluding, but here we have to take all. But what is this is? Union means what? Total numbers we want. Total numbers we want. Is there any calculation here? No, total numbers we cannot collect. Because here if you take this is here, again comes this one. This is also including. From 5 to 8, that is including, but in between that is excluding. Okay, we cannot take A union B as a or minus excluding 2 to 5. Clear? So that's why this is not a correct option. Now A intersection B. What is A intersection B? A intersection B is common part of A and B. What is the common part of A and B? Minus 2 to minus 1 and here minus 2 to minus 1 open interval from A to B. Minus 2 to minus 1. Minus 2 is open, but minus 1 is closed. Is that closed? No, it's not closed. It's also not correct one. Is it clear? Here minus 1 is closed. We have to take minus 1. But in the option, minus 1 is excluding is given. That's why it is not the correct option. Now we can look at the third option. B minus. What is the meaning of B minus A? Which is in B but not in A. What are the elements in B but not in A? We can observe that real numbers from minus infinity to plus infinity. B, this is a B, that is also B. But in B, what are there? Minus 2 to minus 1 and also 2 to 5. So indirectly what we don't want? Minus 2 to 5 we don't want. Once you can recollect here, once minus infinity to plus infinity, all real numbers are there which in B but not in A. In A, what are there? Minus 2 to 5. That is, we have to remove. Therefore, which option is correct now? It is clearly third option. Try to understand. No need to worry about the A minus B. One option is only correct option now very well. Once again, you can try to do here. If you have any doubt, please put a note. Definitely, I will rectify your doubt. Please put a comment. Just I have to explain what is your doubt, major part, if you have, just put a comment. Okay, this is clearly depends on number line and also argument mod x less than equals to a, mod x greater than equals to a point also, right? The question number 6, what is given here? Let S be the set of the all real roots of this equation. One of the equations is given, we have to find out the set of all real roots of this equation. Then S contains maybe how many roots are there, we have to check it. The empty set means there are no roots, real roots, like that. Similarly, remaining options also we can check. For that we have to find out what are the elements in S, or one or maybe more or no, we can check it. For this, what is a given equation? In the given equation, you can observe there is some 3 power x. We can observe that 3 power x is simply called as exponential function. Exponential function always range is positive, means a power x, suppose a power x is exponential function, always belongs to 0 to infinity. Exponential function must be a positive real number. Clear? That point is important here. So, and also you know that clearly right side mod function is there. What is mod x in the sense? Mod x is plus or minus x. Now this equation I am rewriting as 3 power x into 3 power x, I am expanding 3 power x whole square with minus 3 power x into minus 1 is 3 power x, plus 2 is the left side. What about right side? Right side I am taken as plus or minus of 3 power x minus 1 is the first factor, first term. Next also plus or minus of 3 power x minus 2, right? In right side we can observe the 3 power x, I said always positive. If the square is more than 3 power x only, means entirely left side is a clearly positive result. Right side also positive, where we can get the positive, if both are the plus signs we can check it first. 3 power x whole square minus 3 power x plus 2. By taking the both are plus, plus 3 power x plus 3 power x is 2 into 3 power x with minus 1 no, minus 2. Minus 1 minus 2 is a minus 3. I am taking both are the plus. Now we can observe that 2 into 3 power x, if you take this side, 3 power x whole square minus 3 power x minus 2 into 3 power x, minus 3 into 3 power x, minus 3 plus 2 is plus 5 is equals to 0. For our convenience, I am taking the 3 power x is some t. For calculation purpose, 3 power x is taken as t. Now this becomes t square minus 3t plus 5. It is clearly which equation? It is clearly quadratic equation in terms of t. If there are roots are there or not, we can check. By checking the discriminant, you know discriminant means b square minus 4ac value here. B square is how much? Minus 3 whole square is 9. Minus 4ac, 4 into 1 into 5 is 20. B square minus 4ac value, what you got? Minus 11. It is clearly negative. If the description is a what is discriminant? That is called a discriminant. Discriminant is a negative, then the roots are not real roots. So no real roots here. Means what? S contains an empty set. Suppose if you take the both are the opposite signs like plus or minus. If you take the plus or minus, what happened here? 3 power x minus 3 power x gets cancelled. Here minus 1 plus 2. Minus 1 plus 2 is 1. 1 if you take this side, it is minus 1. Means here 1 we can get, even though there are no real roots for that also. Same if you take the both are the minus also, there are no real roots. So what you can observe that here? Therefore, S not contains no real roots. Not contains real roots. Already not is there, real roots. Okay, S not contains real roots. Therefore, which option is correct one? Clearly an empty set. That's it. Okay. Like that we can solve it. Here 3 power x always positive. That is one of the important. And also mod x is we can recognize plus or minus x. Clear? Look at the question number 7. What is given here? Let x is a set of n belongs to n. Small n belongs to capital N. What is small n? Any number belongs to capital N means set of natural numbers. Means the small n we can take only natural numbers such that the two from 1 to 50. The natural numbers from 1 to 50 we can take. Therefore, x contains how many numbers? 50 numbers are there, right? And A is set n belongs to x, means A takes the elements from the x only, okay, from 1 to 50 only. What is that condition? That such that n is a multiple of 2. Now we have to collect the how many numbers which are multiple of 2 we can collect, that is in case A, right? Same way B is n belongs to x, means those are elements from the x such that n is a multiple of 7. Here n is multiple of 7. Like that, first we have to find out AB sets are given to you already. N of A, how can you find out? The number of elements of set A which are divisible by 2, about 50. 50 divided by 2, step function we can use, clearly 25. 25 which are multiples of 2, right? Similarly, N of B. N of B means number of elements set B, that is you can collect which are multiple of 7, that is 50 by 7, right? 7 7s 49, 7 point something, under step function is a 7 only, right? And what is the next? Subset of both and A and B. We have to find out number of elements in A intersection B, that is subset of step function of 50 by A intersection B, means which are divisible by 2 and 7, means which are divisible by 2 7s 14, divided by 14 you can take. 14, 50 by 14, 3 point something. Okay, if you take the 4 it will be 56. So 3 point something is 3 only. You know what are the, how many elements are there in set A, how many elements are there in set B, how many elements are there in set A intersection B you got. Now what is he asking? The number of elements in the smallest subset of both A and B. Smallest subset means indirectly is asking the at least one of A and B. At least in the sense union. What is the union? Number of elements in A union B. That is, he is asking indirectly, number of elements in A union B is what? N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. This is already given in previous videos. We can watch it. N of A already know, and from your earlier classes also you know very well this is. We can add 25 plus 7 and subtract the 3. 25 plus 7 is 32. 32 minus 3 is 29. This is only a required result. This is given as a numerically valued based question. You can get the answer is integers, maybe decimals and so on, right? So this is clear. Is it clear? It's a very simple question. What is a given question? You can now understand easily. These are the various courses what I did, which are given in 2019 and 2020 on the sets and relations. Here no question is there in relations. Okay, maybe may not be. In previous years it was, but in 19 and 20 no relations question given. So what available data I did those questions. Hope so. If you followed very well. Even though if you have any doubts regarding these solutions, put a comment. Definitely I will rectify your doubts. Okay, if you make sure enjoy this video, please like, share and subscribe. Don't neglect the work at any cost. Do the practice, because all these topics are important topics. Most of the topics are covered, whose links are given in the below description. If you not yet watch those videos, please watch them. Those are mostly helpful to you. There is no doubt about it. So even though if you have any doubts regarding those videos also, please put a comment. Definitely I will rectify your doubts. Some videos links also I will you can get by click the I button in the top corner of every video. Is it clear now? This is only this video. Before conclude this video, so I am requesting you all, please like, share and subscribe, and see you in next video with a new topic, new energy. Till then, have a great time. Bye bye.